Relationships begin with romance, love, and ease. However, over time, life circumstances can make keeping that same love a challenge for any couple. Danny Silk, co-founder of the organization Loving on Purpose, offers couples a solution. In his book, Keep Your Love On, and his newest resource, 365 Daily Devotions for Couples, Danny shares how thriving relationships require choice, commitment, and boundaries through persistent hard work. By implementing these tools, couples will find the pathway to building strong relationships that last a lifetime.
All right, author Danny Silk joins us live now by Zoom. Danny, thanks for being with us today.
It's my pleasure to be here. Thank you.
We talked a few years ago. I'm glad you're back. You and your wife, I understand, married almost 39 years. Congratulations. Now, I know you can't answer this fully in 30 or 60 seconds, but, you know, you're married 39 years, almost 40. So what's the secret to a long, healthy marriage, Danny?
Oh, choosing one another every single day.
In one sentence?
In one sentence, I think that's the key that it keeps coming back to is love's a choice. It's not something you fall into. Many people say we fell in love, like love as a whole. Well, that makes it kind of confusing when you fall out of the hole, right? So it's all about choosing each other.
Okay, so what about couples who are struggling in marriage, right? I mean, even in a great marriage, great relationship, marriage is difficult. So, you know, there are people watching now who their marriage they may be struggling in. Would you have any counsel for them? I guess it has to do with choosing every day.
Well, it's 100% of the people that I would work with in a marriage, they come into that office setting and they're not realizing that their goal for their marriage currently is a safe distance. They're protecting themselves from each other. So it isn't until they change their goal, which is, okay, I want a loving, intimate connection with you. I don't know how to get it yet. I'm still a little bit scared and hurt, but I choose a connection with you. It's not until then that you can actually create that connection. Otherwise, you're just going to set that other person up to never be able to do anything right.
Danny, I don't know if you encounter this from people who have met somebody and they say, you know, I'm wondering, I'm praying about, is this the person I should marry? Is this the one God has for me? Should I commit to spending my life with this person? They can't really decide. Do you have any counsel for that type of situation for someone?
Well, I think I would want to make sure you enjoy that person. Enjoy being with them. You know, if there is lots of anxiety or conflict or just we don't share much common interest, that begins to slow you down a little bit. But if there is an enjoyment that you naturally have together, that would be something that should lure you into, okay, now, can they make self-controlled choices? Can they choose me? Will I choose them? Do they know how to protect a covenant? Do they have a covenant with the Lord? All these kinds of things are going to determine really a long-term lasting relationship.
Great questions to ask ourselves. How about, you know, I've heard this in parenting too, that we need in relationships to respond, not be reactionary. How does that figure into marriage?
I think, you know, if we can realize that I don't control anyone but myself, and that is job one. Tell me what to do and do it. So I get to decide that I will be Christ-like in this situation, and I will direct myself in that. I don't ever control the other person. And I think that the anxiety around reaction is so much powerlessness that comes from trying to get the other person to do something instead of focusing on who you do control in the situation, yourself, and getting you to do something.
Big part of your book is the 3 themes that should be the foundations of love. What are those?
I believe you're saying, you know, the connection, the communication, and boundaries is the subtitle of Keep Your Love On. And it goes back to that connection piece is choose to connect, manage yourself in a way that sends the message that you care. Even in a disconnect, send the message that you care. Gary Chapman's book, The 5 Love Languages, I talk about that in the book, how to reduce the anxiety by sending the message that you care. And then in communication, doing the same thing, getting good at communicating about yourself and what you need, how you're experiencing the situation, and listening to the other person do the same. And then healthy boundaries goes back to, I will manage myself around respectful, responsible interactions with you. If they get disrespectful or accusing or blaming, we'll put this conversation on the shelf and we'll come back and have it later.
Danny, does one's relationship with God affect their relationship with their spouse?
100%. God is my source of love, and classically in unhealthy relationships or unhealthy marriages, I make my spouse my source of love, and then I try to manipulate them into giving it to me instead of holding a healthy receptacle in my life of an unconditional, ongoing, perfect love that I then make my spouse my target instead of my source.
All right, Danny, along with your book, Keep Your Love On, you've released a devotional. Tell us about the devotional specifically.
It's a daily, it starts January 1. It goes all the way through the end of December. Every single day, it's just a prompt, a place to focus your attention and energy on one of those 3 themes, and to help you remember that my love towards other people is my choice.
All right, a great message for today for Valentine's Day. Danny Silk's book is called Keep Your Love On, and of course the devotional 365 Daily Devotions for Couples, available wherever books are sold. Danny, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you so much.
Hey everyone, I'm Ashley Key. Thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so we can reach more people with encouraging content like you just watched, and so you never miss a beat. See you next time, and God bless.